If everything would load up, what is going on with this thing? Oh. 117th. 117th. If you want to keep track of, I made a video for every single one. I made a video for every single one. The initial, the beginning. And as much as I could in between. Not as much as I could. Could have got more. Could have just did the whole thing, you know, live, every single one of them. That's where we're at right now. 117th of the year. Okay. I'm a little hot. But let's get this going. You know, they'd be like, romanticize. This green ain't that bad. This green looking all right now. I'm gonna go green. I'm gonna go green and blue. But blue and yellow make green. Anyway, primary colors, red, blue, yellow. Anyway, human. Just, let me take this jacket off. A little hot. Start there. I may keep the hoodie partially on. Whew. Hot, man. Sweated a little bit, but the motivation. What's gonna get you up? What's gonna get you moving? I know one thing for certain, two things for sure. What did Friedrich Nietzsche, what did he say? Friedrich Nietzsche, he said a lot of things. But he said, if you kill a cockroach, you're a hero. If you kill a butterfly, you're evil. Morals have no aesthetic. It's only the last word. Morals have aesthetic something. It's not aesthetic consequences. Criteria. Yes, morals have aesthetic criteria. That's the only thing we added to the. There was something else I was supposed to write down, and yeah, there's something else I was supposed to write down in the handy dandy notebook, but there's that. What is this? Oh, let me see if I'll worry about that later. That's. I was gonna say, come on, man. Should have edited it up. For sure. I'm hot, man. I'm hot. So quick little, I think that's one thing I was about to say. Romanticize your life. Ain't that what they say? Just breathe. That is awesome. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. If things are following a linear pace, I don't think that we'll get there. It's healthy to me. It's peaceful. It's wrong person. Darn it, wrong person. If it's healthy for me, it's just leaves. And if you just happen to set it on fire, it's a salad. I haven't said that in a while. It's just a salad. It's just leaves. And if you just happen to set it on fire. But if it's meditative, contemplative, and reflective for me, you know, that's how I spend that time, it's healthy for me. What's the difference between a habit and an addiction? Who's decide what's good and what's bad? Like I say, if it's healthy, if it takes the time. Why? Why do you do that? I like the aesthetics. I'm an artist, people. But it gives me time to reflect, meditate, contemplate. They all mean the same thing. They're synonyms. I'm gonna go with the green. The color of money, the lucky color, 4-leaf clover. You don't like me when I'm angry. The Hulk. That's good. Name your favorite rapper. What in the world was that? Why is this? Oh, name your favorite rapper. That's all you gotta do. I don't know what this randomness is, but I just gotta move it out the way. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Always remember, I don't know you. You don't know me. How you think and how you feel. Ain't got nothing to do. I don't care. Ghostface. Let's do this. All right, let's get into this. All right. Welcome to the graffiti jungle. Paolo Pulingue. Benvenuti nella giungla del graffiti. Questo è Impostore Rockstar. It's the fake Rockstar chat show. Pensieri Tangenziali. Formerly known as Tangential Thought Chat Show. Shout out to my co-host and Doggy Heaven Bailey. Podcast. Sweet Cigar. Cigar Talk Podcast. Soggetto is subject in Italian. Cento is 100 in Italian. 17 is 17 in Italian. Questo è soggetto 117. Questo è soggetto 117. Sono il tuo capo, io sono Chief Gihareh. I think it's supposed to be one of them quick little money adventure type of things. But, we gotta say the quote again. So the quote is from Friedrich Nietzsche. The quote is from Friedrich Nietzsche. If you kill a cockroach, you're a hero. I'm gonna start over. I fumbled that. Start it again. The quote is from Friedrich Nietzsche. If you kill a cockroach, you're a hero. If you kill a butterfly, you're evil. Morals have aesthetic criteria. We did it. All right, that was the quote. Another shorty said her husband did something. All I know is that her and her husband went home, and then this is just a piece of life advice for women. SHD, FTB. I ain't never ever had that happen to me. I'm trying to see what that be like. That's that. Just to romanticize life, right? Podcast investors. Today's visuals are brought to you by an army gambler. Quite literally. It was the army gambler. I needed 2 dimes. I asked for a quarter. Gave me just that. I left the change. I told the cashier, just remember, I left the change. Just in case I'm ever short on change. Be the change you wish to see in the world. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. The hands feel, the nose smells, the eyes see, the tongue tastes, and the ears hear. But what sense does the brain have? Make it make sense. Dom Nichols and Penny sense, logical sense, not Bath and Body Works, Bed and Bath and Beyond, Beyond Me, aroma sense, logical sense. But you know what ain't common? Sense. So, this is Soggetto, centoDICIASSETTE. Goodness, it's whatchamacallit. This is Soggetto, centoDICIASSETTE. These next two are, the next one's Dichato, and then after that is 19. Oh, that's that on that. Oh, but that was what I was saying, romanticizing life. I think it's the first time with the adventures, the money adventures, we've hit 0. Technically, we should be at 10, but DH, but it's okay. First time we hit 0. But all week it's been, we've had people invest into the podcast all week. If I had to romanticize life and talk about it in such a way, if there's a way to put a spin on it, no publicist. I think we worked on a podcast every day this week, different sponsors, people I don't know, I'll never see again, every day this week. I must say, somebody once said, bumming is an art form. Somebody else said, when you live in such a way, the only thing you're able to receive is the charity of the world. And I said, well, that shouldn't be such a bad thing. We've had investors every day this week. Almost, I kept track, but to today, I think 2 years, like, we could have had probably like 10 investors this week alone. If I had to romanticize it in such a way and talk about it in such a way, that's one way to literally look at it. We've had investors all week. We've been able to work on the podcast every day this week. We even got some Jamaican oxtails. You see what I'm saying? We've had investors all week. Now, other things that this also means. Because what number is going to be for later today. Always, guaranteed and impossible. This ain't spades. But I kept that one. I'm like, I just no matter what, I'll be able to, for the unboxing. For some reason, some part of me is thinking about ASMR. Don't say anything. But that means I'm going to have to come back and say something on the next one. Regardless. Irregardless. Now, this is an odd number. So you know that only means one thing. It's the remix bit. No, that means we got one more. They coming by twos. They come by who? They sing my songs like Kumbaya, Kumbaya, Kumbaya. If you want to know some of the greatest lyrics and lines from me, just look under the people's Instagram captions. That's what Drake said. No Drake May. Now Drake May's a quarterback. He went to the Super Bowl before Lamar Jackson. They got a movie coming out there called Michael, no Jackson. I come in shooting like J.R. Smith, just jacking. You see? Should I do one more? They got all these AI and the AI not hacking. They said, what's your favorite Pokemon? I be spazzing. Not Tyranitar, be blacking. Be murking. Like the murky waters. If you're gonna have a son or a daughter. Some people be talking to their water. Don't let that go over your head. Don't start dugging. Don't let that go over your head. That ain't about water. Now I'm gonna do 2 edits. I'm gonna do 2 real quick ones. I ain't never had that ever happen to me. Just a little life advice for the women. All right, let me try to look at this real quick. Jeezy, I ain't heard Jeezy in a minute. Get him out of here, zip him up. Nobody care. No. Okay, this was actually a decent question. If the person was actually whatchamacallit. So, no, you do not. I say that, take that with a grain of salt. This right here is this something like This a cheap. This 70 cent. That ain't, There's one called the LFD, the digger. Do not partake in that without eating first, having something on your stomach. That's what they say. I was alright. But there are one, it's called the LFD, La Flor Dominicana. It's called the digger. They say don't partake in that. Don't go for that one if you ain't eat yet. That one might put you down. You can stand up for this, but you might want to sit down. This ain't nachos. That's not your hoe no more. She chose. She choosing. That one boy got smacked for that. Smack. The one boy got smacked for that. He said, your wife's smiling in my face. She choosing. It's not. Okay. Now, it's almost like another Will Smith situation. Within 24 hours of him smacking somebody, in her defense, like Will Smith, she get on this big hair internet and on somebody live stream and tells a whole bunch of people that she don't know that if he was broke, she would not be with him. Always remember, you always her type if you got money. Ah, hell yeah. Remember, women fuck up. Like they literally do, in a sense that for social status. Always remember, stay hungry, never thirsty. Stay hungry, never thirsty.